This is a training video for the OWASP Z-Attack proxy, otherwise known as ZAP. In this video, I'm going to use ZAP to test for injection. That is A1 in the OWASP Top 10 Web Application Security Risks. My name is Bob Sullivan, and I'm a ZAP contributor. My testing environment looks like this. Everything is running on a Mac. I'm using VMware to run the OWASP DVWA. On top of that is the DVWA application. We're running ZAP 1.4. The browser is Mozilla Firefox. I already launched the virtual machine and ZAP. ZAP is an intercepting proxy, so I need to tell Mozilla to use ZAP as a proxy. So we'll set that up here. Next, we'll log in as admin. The password is admin. We'll check to make sure that the security level is low, and then we'll just navigate to a few of the pages. On the user ID page, we'll type in a 1, and on the command execution page, we'll type in an IP address. This should come back with the results of a ping. Now, since ZAP has been recording in the background, we can type active scan and select the site, and then go ahead and hit play for a scan of the site. While ZAP is scanning, we'll look at some of the other features. In the bottom left, you can see the number of high priority alerts, medium priority alerts, low and informational. In the right corner, you can see the number of active scans, spiders, brute force, port scan, and fuzzer processes running. If you go to the options page, you can configure the scan to be more or less aggressive with the number of hosts, the number of concurrent threads, how much of a delay you're going to use, and whether or not you're going to do anti-CSRF tokens. Under connection, you can configure ZAP to work through a corporate proxy. And under local proxy, you can choose to use a port different than 8080. Our scan is almost complete, so let's look on the Alerts tab and see what ZAP has found for SQL injection. There's 5 findings here, and it looks like where we typed in a 1, ZAP detected possible SQL injection error. Let's look for more by using the fuzzer. So I'll right mouse on that 1 and then hit fuzz. Now I'll go through and choose some SQL injection detect issues, and we'll go with MySQL fuzz.txt. I know it's a MySQL database behind it, and what ZAP is going to run now are these queries out of the MySQL fuzz.txt file. ZAP has almost 400 different queries like this that it can test. If you look at the results of each one of these in the response window here, you can see that every one of these queries came back with an error. With a little bit of trial and error on those types of queries, we can come up with the name of the tables and the columns. And I discovered that one of the tables is called users, and 2 of the columns are user and password. So let's try that query. This is under SQL injection, so we'll change that query and see if we can pull back some passwords. There they are. We see that the password for admin ends in 1FC3. Now I've got a hunch that that's an MD5 hash. And what I want to know is, can we reverse the hashes of some of the other users? So first let's verify that it's an MD5 hash. I can do that by going to the tools and then typing admin. Check hash, and yes indeed, it is an MD5 hash. So what I'll do next is I'll get that password for Gordon B and see if I can't look it up. If I go to we can't log in as Gordon B. Password ABC123. And there we are, we're logged in as Gordon B. For the second part, let's look at the command execution line. Here, ZAP, we need to get to the ZAP, back to the ZAP alerts. So we'll tab left through these tabs. And if you look at the alerts, on this one, ZAP injected some junk after our 127.0.0.1 in the request. And so ZAP detected that that was potentially vulnerable to SQL injection. Well, this is a command injection scenario. Since we're calling ping, it might be very easy to call something else in the operating system. Let's see if we can add an ampersand ls to that call. And sure enough, ls in Unix is going to give us the list of files. So we got the list of files. Maybe we can do something even more aggressive and look at the password file. There it is. There's the password file from Unix. There are more SQL injection and command injection tests in the fuzzer and in the video notes.